Good evening. It's Lynn here from the Learning English Network, and thank goodness it's Friday, TGIF, and it's never a truer word has been spoken this week. Okay, so, Faiz, I'm sorry to hear that. The store will close it. You mean the store will close? Okay, bye. Maybe next time, Faiz. Okay? And Aladdin, don't bolt your lunch. I don't want you getting any, I don't want you getting indigestion. So, Traum, I'm going to invite you into the room. Fingers crossed, as ever. Oh, I thought I had, but I hadn't. Yeah, I've done it now. And, Aladdin, I'll invite you in as soon as Traum's managed to join us. Let me just get my control panel link. Excellent. Okay. Oh, it says the webinar creator has not logged in yet. Well, that's not true. I have. I'm here. That's very interesting. Oh, no, that's because I'm in the wrong room. Help me. Help me. It's Friday and I can't think anymore. Okay, try again. Well, that was interesting. I've never done that before. Okay, control panel. Yes. Let's see if Traum's managed to join us. Okay. So I think Traum is joining us. Dope, don't laugh at me. Now, can I have some 111s if you can hear me? Hello, Oscar. Nice to see you. Excellent.
Sorry, can you?
Hello, Traum. Yay, you're here. Good.
I'm sorry about you were asking me something, but
I was saying, can you hear me? Can I hear you?
But the system asked me to load something, and I did it, and so you couldn't hear me. And now I'm back.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. If you're on a new computer or PC or laptop, or if you haven't joined the session using that browser, it will ask you to download the app to speak. You don't need the app to listen, but you do need it to speak, and it needs to be accessible by your system. Okay, which is something that Aladdin can talk you through on a Monday. It's all to do with firewalls and stuff like that.
Aladdin is pretty good at those questions.
He's better than me. So, Aladdin, thank you. Oscar, thank you. Dope, thank you. Aladdin, I'm going to invite you in, as I promised. Oh, no, Aladdin's hand's not raised. No, it's Dope. Dope, it was you who raised your hand. Or was it? I don't know. Aladdin, did you put your hand back down? No, it was you. Definitely. Okay, Dope, I'm inviting you in. Fingers crossed, as ever. Now, what I thought I'd do just to warm up today, I've been writing some pages for the network, and one of them's a little checklist for these sessions, because it looks like we're going to stick with it. So I've taken some of the webinar jam information and I've put it into a session checklist for us. Okay. Now, of course, Murphy's Law says things will go wrong, and that if they can go wrong, they will go wrong. But Traum, I know you've struggled in the past to get in, and now you are in. Yeah. Was there anything you changed? Did you do anything differently, or did it just suddenly work?
No, Lynn. I know exactly what I have made wrongly.
What did you do? Go on, confess.
I didn't use the Chrome, because that was the mistake. I always entered to another browser and I couldn't find the page. I mean, I couldn't find the page, but I wasn't able to talk. I didn't get all the chat room, polls, office, and video boxes. But now I use Chrome, and then I use I just use Chrome. Then I go to Learn English forum. I go to the groups and then to the webinar, and then I searching for the session that is held on a Friday. this TGIF, and I could enter. I have to, I have to register. I have to, yes, and then I'm here. That was my big mistake.
It was the Chrome thing. Now, strictly speaking, you were unlucky because I know there are some people who use Firefox and it works, but it's still using Google products, and Google plays better with Google products. So Chrome being a Google product and this being based on Google products, I think it plays better together. But I'm really glad you got it to work eventually, and well done. If you didn't already have a perseverance badge, I would give you one. Okay, Dope, are you here? Can I hear you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi.
What about you?
Oh, you've got a squishy little have you got a headset on, or are you using an internal mic?
I'm using some special mic.
A special mic. It's a very squelchy mic. When you listen, if you listen to the replay, you should be able to hear what I hear, which is a bit sort of squishy. Okay, Aladdin's also asked to join us. Hey, it's good today. Everybody's asking to join, so that's cool. I like it. You're on Chrome and waiting for the multimedia test, Oscar. Okay, well, let me get Aladdin in, and then we will try and get you in. I know you've had problems before as well, so this will be interesting. Now, okay, so a couple of things, because this is going to be recorded and people might watch it. They might, you never know. Just a couple of things about using these sessions. Okay. One of the main things is keeping that session link handy. You mentioned, Traum, that you go along and you try to find the link to register in the forum. Okay. Now, once you've registered for a session, as long as you don't get any notifications to say we have changed it, the link is always valid. Okay. And so if you just keep the email that you got when you registered for your first session, as long as you remember that the session's on, you can always use that link to join us. You don't have to keep hunting around. That said, if you find you like having notifications to say the session is about to start, you do need to register each week. I've tested it and it doesn't keep sending out the notifications, even if you've said, I want to register for all the sessions. I think Aladdin's joined us. Hi, Aladdin. Can I hear you? Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello, Lynn.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good
I hope you didn't gobble your lunch. You'll get indigestion and you'll blame me. I
ended it, and I'm drinking my tea now.
Oh, well, that sounds
cup of tea.
Yeah, got a cup of tea here. I've got no tea, no water, nothing. I'm very badly prepared. Last night it was very funny because I was very rushed yesterday. I had the dentist appointment. It took much longer than I'd hoped it would. I thought I'd be in and out quickly, but no, they found a problem. So I got home and I couldn't eat because I'd been to the dentist. You know what it's like. And so just before the session started, I was starving. I thought, I've got to eat something, otherwise I'm going to pass out at my desk. So I grabbed myself some fruit salad, and when the session started, I was typing there, sorry, can't talk. Oscar was there, he knows. Can't talk, got a mouthful of fruit salad. It was delicious. Okay, how did you do it, Aladdin? Oscar, let's see. I'm going to invite you in now. Okay, remember, when you first come in, you will be asked to download the app if this is your first time, and you'll need to make sure that the app can access the system. That's down to your firewalls and settings and blah, blah. And then you need to go through the sound test. Don't worry about the video. I don't care. Don't want to see you. I won't be able to see you because I'm screen sharing. Hey, what the heck? So just go through the sound check. All you have to do is say yes, and you should hear your voice come back at you like an echo. Okay. You do that 3 times, and then it will say, enter room, and you click on that and you should be dragged into the room kicking and screaming. So fingers crossed, Oscar. Okay. Hello, Ogu. It's the first time to visit this room chat. Oh, it's not my first time. I've been here loads of times. Maybe it's your first time. So you'd say, this is my first time here. Okay. So welcome. Welcome, Ogu. Nice to see you. Now, I don't recognize your name from previous sessions. I don't know if you've just found us or if you're a member of the forum. I apologize. I cannot remember everybody's name. But if you keep coming to sessions, eventually I'll be going, hey, Ogu, how are you? So I've just got notification. Oscar has joined the room. Oscar, can I hear you? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm about to fall. Oh, and that is
Hello.
really clear. Wow. Have you got a new microphone?
No, new computer. So
you
everything
got a
is
thing.
absolutely
Yay!
Yay, Oscar.
Hello. And you did something.
Hello,
Didn't
Oscar,
you,
new
Lynn?
computer. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Come on, Oscar.
Again. But you did something to get me in, didn't you?
Yeah, I invited you.
Okay, yeah. That's
Okay,
it.
this is slightly different to Skype. In Skype, when you're in the room, you just you can basically switch your microphone on at any time. That's sometimes a good thing, sometimes not such a good thing. In this session, in the webinar jam, there's only so many people can speak at one time. Okay, and what you do is you request to speak. Okay, and that literally. I'll give you a quick brief view of the admin console I get. Okay, this is what I see. So when somebody raises their hand, this happens. You get this little red hand. And then if I click on the person's name, they can then come and join us speaking. Okay, if I don't, you won't be able to speak, but you can always still listen.
Okay, so the multimedia test appears after you click there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what I've learned is through running these sessions for the past few months, when people are asking, especially at the beginning of a session, you know, everybody clicks on a request to speak. And I used to just go click, 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 click. And I think it kind of slows the system down. So what I do now is I wait a while for people to join, then I invite the next one in. Then it takes a little longer, but once you're in, you have full control. You can speak just by unmuting your microphone whenever you want to, once you're in the room. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have a request from Ogu. Thanks to crocheting. Okay, crocheting, really? Are we going to talk about crocheting? So, Ogu, I'm going to send you a message, okay, a private message. So bear with me 1 second. There's a lot of text in it. I apologize, but this is kind of quite a complicated process for the first time. So,
okay.
There you go. Traum, yes. Go on.
Do we have the page you have written about pre-session checklist? If yes, could it be possible that you increase the font? Because I'm like her.
Yes, of course.
I can see it.
Yeah, of course. Don't worry. Is that better?
Yes, it's better.
Okay. Okay. Well, I am going to read it through. Okay. So, Ogu, as soon as you've read that information, and then as soon as you've agreed to everything, raise your hand again and I will see to invite you. But let me go through this session checklist first. And if you see any mistakes or think I've missed something, guys, some feedback would be really nice. So the session link, obviously to get into the room, you need the link. Okay. Now you can sometimes find the link for Aladdin sessions. He often posts the links in Skype, but you can usually find the links also in the forum, in the groups, and sometimes in live chat, sometimes in Google Plus. Yeah, so there are ways of finding it.
Sometimes people want to send them in a private message.
Yeah, sometimes people want an engraved invitation.
People are too lazy.
But from my point of view, one of the best is having it in the calendar.
Yes.
No one look at the calendar,
That's the
unfortunately.
problem.
I do. Look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You are
it's
not-
something we have done that for Aladdin's sessions, and it's something I'm considering for my sessions. The only problem is when I do that, you get a lot of people who aren't members of the network, don't know what we do, and they just come along. They don't even know what to expect. So in some ways, I prefer the groups on the forum. One, it makes people log in, which keeps their account current. And then I know that they are, because I can see when people last logged in, by the way. So I know that they're visiting at least, even if they're not actually writing anything or doing anything. I know they haven't died. Okay. It's very worrying sometimes when somebody joins, they write something about themselves and then they disappear. And I'm like, well, I hope they didn't get run over by a bus, but I can't check. So, but the session link, let's go through that. You get it in the email after registering. Okay. Now that link, if the session's not running, the link will always go to a page that will tell you when the session's going to start, when the next session will be, even if that's 3-4 weeks from now. Okay. And that's one of the nice things about Webinar Jam. It kind of, oh, okay, there isn't a session this week. I'll go and do something else. Or, oh, there's a session in 5 minutes. I better put the kettle on, have a cup of tea. Now, if you want that confirmation email every time, you need to register for every session, but the link stays the same. And if the session is running, when you click on that link, it will just bring you in. Okay, that is the link. It's the link to register. It's the link to when the next session is, and it's the link to get into the room. Okay. Obviously, there's a different link for every session. Aladdin's session on Monday has a different link to Aladdin's session on Saturday. My sessions on Wednesday have different links to Friday, to Monday, to Tuesday, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so it's a bit like Skype in that respect. Each session has its own room, but the link, once you're in a session that you want to come to again, don't worry, the link's not going to change. If we do change the link, that's usually driven by Webinar Jam. Okay, if they change the software, I will let you know, of course. I'll put a notification out on the forum straight away. Okay, but until then, that link is your key, if you like. Now, if when you join the session, you can't see or hear anything, and you don't get the message to say that the session hasn't started yet, you can click on the refresh or rejoin button. Okay, just refresh your screen, and there's a little dark, there's a little blue button in the dark. Don't do it now if everything's working. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But there's a little blue button at the bottom of the dark bar on the screen, and that will refresh. Now, Aladdin also says that what he can do is just do a complete refresh of your browser. But that's like doing a really hard start. Am I right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
It leads to clear your cache. Last time in Ask Aladdin, it's when at the end of the sessions, so we're doing some kind of test because Mona couldn't able to join, and every time she joined to the sessions, it looks like she's not in the room, and so on. So after we finish these sessions, I return April to attend this room, so to try if she can ask or request to speak again. And what happens there, they give her this message: you are already an administrator and you can't join to this session because you're already in administration, or this message about administration.
I know the message, yeah.
So I said to her, okay, it's at the end of this session, so goodbye everyone. And I ended the session because we were trying things at the end of sessions, yes.
Okay, so somebody's clicking on somebody's clicking on stuff. Make sure you don't do that. Only presenters can type in the chat. No, everybody can type in the chat. Okay, so enable the chat box, please.
Sorry,
Okay.
it was me.
Oscar, I knew somebody had. Now that is one of the things that's probably
offer.
It's probably not perfect about this webinar. Once you're in the room, you are presenters. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Which is good because it's fine. I don't mind, honestly. And if you want to play around, fine. What's the worst thing that can happen? You close the it's only a call. So, okay, let me just say, so the refresh button's quite important. You can also do a refresh of the whole thing, as Aladdin said. And also, of course, refreshing your cache. Caching is a problem. They are working on it to make sure that it does some kind of automatic refresh each time you close the room down, that kind of thing. But in the meantime, you're going to have to take responsibility for your own cache. Okay.
Listen,
yes.
I
one at a time.
Because I was actually looking for the refresh button in the dark bar at the bottom of the screen. I was looking for that. Maybe that
you should
I
see
cannot
one.
see it because
no, you won't. Not now because you're in the call now. This is for attendees. Remember, there's a difference between being an attendee and a presenter. Once I've invited you into the call, so Ogu, I'm about to invite you in. Fingers crossed. Aladdin, look after Ogu.
Yes, I looked after him. He's a member.
I'm presuming him, so I just didn't recognize
community.
Name.
And his name is Muhammad Wagih, I think. Yeah.
Okay, that's why. Yeah,
this is what happened. Who was chatting with me before the session is starting, and I sent them the link, so can.
Okay, drumming up some trade, eh? Okay, so preparing your browser. Actually, this isn't quite true. Uses a Google program for the sessions. It's not Hangouts anymore. In fact, Hangouts actually officially died this week. Okay, so the ability for companies like Webinar Jam to use the Google API for these sessions died. So what they're actually doing, it's still Google, so it works best with Chrome. It's actually YouTube. Yeah. Okay. It uses the YouTube live streaming software. I don't know if you've got a YouTube account. You probably watch videos. You can also live stream on YouTube. Anybody can do it. All of you can do it, and it basically records your webinar, your webcam, sorry, or your screen, whatever, and it streams directly into YouTube live. And Webinar Jam uses that software with the Webinar Jam software on top of it. So, of course, because it's Google, it's going to prefer the Chrome browser. Okay. Now, you can attend the sessions, using most devices, Android, Apple, mobile, tablet. However, to be a presenter, desktop, laptop. Okay, so to attend a session, to listen, to chat with us using text chat, absolutely fine on most devices. To take part, to speak, desktop, laptop, PC, laptop. Okay, internet.
No mobile phone or tablet.
Yes. Well, this is the thing. It's, I say that I've tried using my mobile to run a session, to start a session. It doesn't work. It's very rude, actually. Tells you can't do it in a very, very abrupt way. Aladdin?
It wasn't me.
Oh, sorry, I heard somebody. I thought it was you.
Something that caught my attention, Gobbly interface.
Yes. It's a wobbly interface.
Well, when increasing in the increase on reliability.
Yeah, I mean, the better your connection, it's like anything. The less lag you're going to have, the less interruptions, the less dropping of signal you're going to have, basically. It's just like anything else. If you've watched any films or YouTube videos and you suddenly get it noodling,
absolutely.
that is your connection. You know, there's nothing much we can do about that from our side. There are things you can tweak. Aladdin's very good at telling you how to tweak things to get the best experience, but yeah, wobbly interface is a good thing for Wi-Fi. Okay, high-speed internet connection, smartphones and tablets, but Ethernet's better. But as I say, if you are only listening in, I found that the tablet works fine and my mobile phone works fine as well. I can log in using those, but not presenting. Okay, if you do only have Wi-Fi, and I know some people do, you will get pixelation on the video. Luckily, we don't do much video, so that's not, but you might get some buffering. That's when it noodles. That's when it goes round and round and round. Okay. And if you have other apps on your phone running, or if you've got somebody else on your network who's doing something that's intensive, we've talked about this before, Netflix, Amazon Prime, anything like that. If you're watching Game of Thrones, it's going to kill your connection. Even Xbox, if it's connected to the internet, or PS4, anything that's connected to the internet will suck connection out. I didn't realize, actually, I had English radio playing and I was having problems. And now I always remember to go, before I start a session, I go in and I switch English radio off. Okay, other programs, yep, that can actually affect your experience. Dropbox, Google Drive, anything that's running in the background that's constantly giving little call outs to say, is there anything new out there? Is there anything new out there? Is there anything new out there? That can all affect your connection. Okay. So Dropbox, Evernote as well. I didn't know Evernote was naughty like that, but it really is. So you can pause them. Okay. If you're not having any connection problems, don't worry about it. If you are, look for something that's using up your bandwidth. Now, you have a control panel as well, and that allows you to refresh the session, mute the chat, or use the chat. Okay. Now you can mute the chat personally. So if you don't want to have people going, hi, and blah, 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 you can mute it. Okay. But of course, that will also mean you can't type anything. And you can also have the request to speak button, which I showed you before, gives me a little raised hand. Ogu, I thought I'd invited you in. I'll try again, fingers crossed. Yep, blah, blah, blah. Exactly. We try not to do too much blah, blah, but... And you might also see a sticky message, a little green message. Okay, so if I've got something I want to say that's really important, or you guys, when you're in the call, if you've got something you want everybody to see, you can broadcast the message, and then that will show up at the top for any attendees. Okay. Yeah. Today is Friday. And then you can switch it off. It's gone. So if you guys want to play with that, Traum, have you got something you'd like to announce to the world? Oscar? Go on, Oscar. Have you got something you want to tell everybody?
No, not me.
Oh. Sorry. That's okay. I'll forgive you. Now, it also will then record on the stream as well. Okay. Now, raising your hand, that's the bit when, if you want to be live, to ask a question, to introduce yourself in this session, when you've got something you want to share with everybody. Like I got my first B1 certificate. Yay! In German. Woo! Printed it out. I'm going to frame it. Thank you. Speaking, reading, listening, writing, all 4 pass. Thank you. So that's something I might want to go. Yeah, I got my... Now, unfortunately, I've still got another one to do. Okay. but it's the first one. It's halfway there, basically. But that was, as I say, in German. You might notice I've probably... In fact, I'll just change that. The other thing you can do is you can change your messages. You can edit your messages. So I better add in German here. For people think, my goodness, she's got a B1 in B1.1 in English. Amazing. Okay, so when you've requested to speak, if you suddenly have to go to make a cup of tea, you can cancel it as well. Okay, only B1. I know. Well, Aladdin, I need it. I need the. It's not the passing the tests. I need the piece of paper, and to get the piece of paper, you have to go through the course, and then you get the test, and then you get the piece of paper. Yeah. It's crazy.
I know
it's crazy.
Exams.
It's bad. Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
Ka-ching. Yeah, it's a racket. It's a racket. It really is. But I'm kind of enjoying the process. Yeah. I'm learning. I am still learning stuff because there's stuff I know how to use it, but I don't quite understand the grammar behind it. And I'm learning a lot about grammar and forgetting a lot as well. So I did say here. Sorry, Aladdin, yeah?
Little by little.
Oh, sorry, Oscar. Yes, little by little. Absolutely. Schritt nach Schritt, as they say in Germany. Okay.
Can I
raise your hand if you're... sorry, Tram. Yes, carry on.
One question. I cannot, when I see the last message here, and I want to respond, when I have something to respond, that I have always scroll down to get the box where I can write in. Is that just by me, or do you? I think
that's just you. Mine's always there. My box to write a message is always there. What about you, Aladdin?
Mine doesn't follow the conversation. I always have to scroll down and up.
Okay, what you might find is if you scroll down, it will stick. So scroll to the top, right to the top, and then stop.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I am at the top.
Okay, it might be because can you see the message? I got my first B1.1 certificate.
Yes.
Yeah, that might be blocking the very top message.
Oh.
Okay. It's gone now. It's clear now. Can you read my message, Traum, now?
The last sentence you wrote is, can you read this? And I say yes.
Yes. Okay.
And now I want to write something to you.
Uh-huh.
And then I have to scroll down.
Why?
To the chat box.
No, the chat box should be there, just at the bottom. Let me show you how I see it. Traum. Sorry about this. You're going to get the Doctor Who effect, but it's the only way I can show you what I see. Okay, this is my layout.
What did you say, Lee?
The Doctor Who effect.
Doctor Who effect. Okay.
It's like going into a time warp. Yes. Okay, so Traum, this is how I have it. These are the messages, and there's the chat box.
Fine. Yes.
Always at the bottom.
It's not. Yes, it's not by me. I can see the last message, but when I have to write something, I have to scroll down. So the last.
Have you expanded your screen to be full? Okay, so up here, top right, yeah, you can make it like that, or you can click it like that, and it's the full screen. You need to be on full screen.
Oh yes, I got it.
Okay, good. That's all right. Don't worry.
Oh, that's so comfortable. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. That's the only thing I was thinking. Now this isn't right. This should definitely work. So I've even had it on my tablet, and I could see everything. But yes, if you minimize the screen, then you'll get an extra scroll bar, of course. So make sure you're on full screen, and only minimize it if you need to read something else or something like that. Okay. Excellent. I'm very glad. Okay, so I might add that to the to the whole thing. What?
Why I don't see you info? Only you, like present and the things.
Hello. Do you want to? I can hear you. Yes.
How to see how many people right now? Oh, I guess.
What do you mean, in the call or listening or watching the stream? There are several ways. In total now, let's have a look. You won't be able to see that because sometimes people come and if they don't type in here, if they don't say hello here, they're just lurking. Okay, so let me go and have a look at the attendees. I get a different thing, of course. We've got 9 people in the room now. Okay.
Where do you see it?
Okay, Dope.
Where do you see it?
What do you want to see? You want to see how many people are in the room? Will I hang out my writing anywhere so I can read it again?
That was my post, Lynn.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, hang on. Oh, I've just closed that one down. Oh, that's clever. Anyway, at the moment there are 9 people in the room, and there are, in fact, if I close down screen share, you'll be able to see how many people are in the call. Okay, because remember, we've got the room. So this is the room. And we've got the call.
One live out. What's that?
Okay, this is the call. Okay.
Okay. Out of 8, yeah.
Exactly. So when we get people in the call, they leave the room. It's a bit complicated. So it might look like there's only one person in the room, but we're actually in the call. Okay. And then on the stream, there are 2 people watching the stream. Don't know why. Hey, if you're watching the stream, why don't you join us? Okay, I'm going to turn screen share back on though, because I've got a couple more things I want. 4 plus teacher, yes. I count as people too, you know. Don't discount me as people just because I'm teacher. Okay, so that's your control panel. You can switch as long as the presenters have enabled chat, because we can, as Oscar demonstrated so beautifully earlier, we can disable chat. We can also enable private chat, but when it's private, it doesn't actually mean private between you and one person. It's sort of private between you and the presenters. Okay. So if I've enabled private chat and you send a message to the admin, anybody in the room presenting will be able to read that message. So be aware. If you're going to profess undying love, everyone will see. Okay. So make sure you've got something to say about the session. You've got a question to ask, because otherwise you might as well just listen. And if it's a general question about, I don't know, life, love, other sessions, ask it in the forum. Okay. Use earbuds or a headset, or you will get feedback. Okay. And sometimes that can be really bad. And if it's really bad, I will remove you from the call. Okay. Because doing these sessions and getting feedback the whole time can give you a headache. Okay. If you don't want to speak, or you don't have the correct hardware and a good connection, you can still listen and you can still use text chat. Okay. But just don't raise your hand. That's it. somebody asked about replays, and I think they were asking about the replay of Back to Basics. And sadly, Back to Basics, you are more than welcome to come and join us, but I don't enable replays because of copyright issues. Okay. I don't even make them public on YouTube because of copyright issues. The things we use in the session for Back to Basics, I have a license to use for teaching, but I don't feel that covers me for recording and redistributing. So there are a couple of sessions you kind of just have to be there. The other session is Speakeasy, but that's Kitely. For different reasons, they tend to not go public. However, this week was an exception. I've made it public because it was too much fun. Oh, and those of you who've been coming to the Kitely Let's Talk Speakeasy session on Thursday evening, next week we're not going to continue with the poem because Zom can't be there. And as it was her idea, I'm not letting her off the hook. So she's got to actually... The next session she comes into, then we'll continue with the poem. So next week we'll do something different. Okay. Don't know what yet, but I'll think of something. Okay. So any questions? If there is a replay, you can access it. Okay. I've put here, will usually only be available for one day, but pretty much it's unlimited, to be honest. However, if it's not there, you should find, and it was replayed, you should find some recordings on the YouTube channel. Okay. Sometimes it's nice to kind of remember, oh, what did we do last week? Especially on, say, the Wednesday session where we're doing the $1,000 ice cream, and it's been 3 weeks now. So you might lose your, oh, where did we get up to last week? It's nice to just go and check, and you can just watch the end. Oh, yes, it's that bit. Okay, I'll watch it from there. That kind of thing. Okay. So that's the checklist. Yes, in reply to Traum's question, it will be available on the network. I will, once I've tidied it up a bit and made it more comprehensive. I just want to add about questions, to mark it as a question. There's a couple of other little bits I want to add in there. But yes, it will be available for you to read in your own time. In the meantime, any questions?
Yes, Lynn.
I've got one question about vocabulary.
Okay.
I've seen here. I mean, the difference between earbud and earphone, headphone.
Yeah, good. I mean, I could have said cans as well. I mean, they've all got their funny little terminology. An earbud for me, earbud or earphone, the earbud is the rubberized ones. The earphone is the ones that just sit in your ear. Okay. And a headset is the one that's more like DJ's cans. Yeah. They sit outside your ear. Okay. I've got a headset on because I find if I have earbuds on and I do 2 sessions, 3 sessions a day, I end up with sore ears.
Yeah.
So I have a headset, but earbud, earphone, headset, cans, they are really called that by DJs if you want to be really cool. It's just something that's not your internal speakers because they can cause echo. Okay. And screeching and feedback and all the nasty things for that people suffer from. That said, I have seen people in webinars and they've got nothing but the internal stuff. They tend to be on Macs, to be honest. You get that fewer problems with sound on the Macintosh, but on Apple stuff. But I've also been in sessions and people have got really fancy equipment, really expensive microphones, and it's like, because they're not using a headset. I mean, you just can't win. Aladdin, YouTube channel. Thank you, Aladdin. Hey. Actually, Aladdin, I meant to ask you, can I add you as an admin for this room? Because you seem to be able to come to most of the sessions. It doesn't mean you've got to come every week, but if I add you as admin, then you can just join the room and do that kind of thing. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that okay? I don't like asking people these things, but I thought yesterday when I was setting up the sessions, and I was like, oh, I should ask Aladdin if he'd do the Friday session as an ad, like April does on a Tuesday. Yeah, cool. Hermine, I heard you say you had a question too.
Yes, Lynn. In fact, you mentioned the cake or quiche.
Cake? I've promised you cake. When did I promise you cake?
Quiche, or I cannot say the pronunciation correct. Cash. Cash. Since I am using the Microsoft or the Windows 10, I cannot find the cache again. The program before I was using, but it was not problem to find it and to delete all the things.
Yeah, Windows 10's driving me crazy. Do you know, it really is, especially when it comes to sound. Okay, so how can I set it up to talk? Hang on a second, Ogu. We'll come to that. Let me just explain to Hermine what I mean by cache. When we're talking about cache, we're talking about the cache of your browser. And as you're now using Chrome, I can show you how to do that. Okay, you've got the three little dots. Yeah? Is there a special name for those, by the way?
I was so young. Moment. The three little dots.
Top right. If you look at the screen,
I see them.
And there they are. So click on those.
Yes.
Go to history.
History, yes.
Yeah, now you can see my history. Look at that.
Yes, we can see it.
There's nothing there you shouldn't look at, to be honest.
Are you sure?
It's all about learning English. It's either about
Okay.
learning English or learning German. I am so boring.
No
Okay,
dates,
there's the Chrome history, all about webinar jams and calendars. Oh, so boring. Now, this isn't about clearing your history, though. Okay, so let's go back. Let me do it again. You click on the three dots. You go to history. Then you click on the history at the top. Or you can do it just with Control H. Straight in there. Oh, no, you can't. Why don't that work? That's strange.
You are inside Google Docs.
Because yes.
Oh,
because
yes. Thank you. That works.
Open new tab.
Would it be a good idea?
Watch out what you have
No.
behind that.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. I just learned something. Okay, so normally if you're not in Google Docs, you do Control H, it'll take you there. But you can still get there through the three dots. Okay, when you're in
settings.
Settings, yeah. Customize. I want it to have a name like the three lines that are normally at the top left, because that's called a hamburger. I want one for those. Did you know those three lines are called a hamburger? Yeah. That's the kind of thing that I remember, okay? Click on the hamburger.
The top one is bread.
Okay, once you're in history, and it should look like this, okay? Then don't click on that. Don't click on that. Click on clear browsing data. Now, don't worry. It's not going to clear everything. It will just give you another menu, okay? And what you want to do is make sure cached images and files. You can see I've got 641 megabytes. Is it? Yeah. I clear it every day. I do a lot of work, you know.
That's big. Man.
And then you do it. I always do it from the beginning of time. So you don't need to worry about your history, your download history, cookies. I don't clear those because I hate being asked to re-enter every single password. But just this bit, the cache.
The rest. Hermine, unchecked the rest. Only checked for cache.
Yeah. So that's the only one you need to have ticked. If you tick all of them, you're going to lose everything. So just have that, everything empty, but that one. Okay.
Notice that the drop-down menu with the reading, that's very important. Yes, that's it. That's very important.
I just do it from the beginning of time every time because I can't be bothered to think, when did I last clear it? I just do it from the beginning of time. Okay.
If she hasn't done that before, the default setting is 1 hour or something like that.
That's very true. Yes. So maybe limit it a bit for the last week. Okay. Because that's when your last session would have been within the week. Okay. So, and then once you've got those sorted, I mean, you might want to clear your browsing history. I don't know where you go. But once you've got that, then you click on clear browsing data. Don't do it now, because it will take some of your bandwidth away. Okay. So I'll just click cancel for now, but that's how you do it. You just need to do it for the browser you're using for the Hangouts. Okay.
And the settings is not to pay any attention. You go out. Then it's done. The job is done.
Then the job is done. Yeah. And you should have fewer problems, no problems, getting into the next session. Okay.
Okay. Yes, that's very important.
Okay. Okay, so Ogu is asked a question, how can I get in? I have invited you in a couple of times, Ogu. So, Aladdin, what do you think is the problem?
I don't know. Ogu, do you follow the test that there is a test before joining to the session or joining to this room? So before that, you have to download extensions and set it up on your Google Chrome. It's Webinar Jam extension. So
you can show that extension with your mouse pointer, WJ there. You can point there.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
It will show us. Yes, here is it. So after downloading it, it will.
If you place the mouse for a second, he will be able to see the. Yes, that's it. Yeah.
So after that, you will going through some kind of test for your mic, videos, and so on, and it ends with join to the call. But remember, you have to join from Chrome. That's the only browser it's work until now. If you're using Firefox, it's not working. Anything else is not working. Only Chrome. So try again.
The other thing you can check on, okay, is here at the top of your screen on Chrome again, you get this little, looks like a icon for a video camera. Yeah. Webcam, handy cam, really. Or maybe a telescope. And you can click on that and it will show you that the page is accessing your microphone. Now, if it's blocked, you need to allow it. Okay. Continuing, allowing, and finish that. As you can see, mine is set to accept the microphone. I don't have a webcam, so
incredibly, mine is not.
Really? What does yours say?
I can read here the second choice. Keep blocking the camera and mic access. You can hear I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Yes, I can see a small cross in
That's
red.
Quite worrying.
Yeah. So it says if I place the mouse, if I hover the mouse, I can read this page doesn't have permission to access your camera and mic.
Well, there you go. But it's there anyway. That might be down to the app. That might be. Oh, welcome back, Aladdin. You hopped out for a moment.
But look, when I passed the test, I was asked to let access to the mic. So I don't understand why I can see this now. Because I give permission to access, to get control of my mic.
That might be a caching issue then. That might be a caching issue.
No, it's turned on if you starting sharing your screen. It's turned on. But if you go back to presenter without sharing a screen, it's...
Oh, okay. I'm going to do that then. I'm going to turn screen sharing off and see what happens. Hang on.
Okay. There are 3 people here. Hello, 4.
Oh, 3 out of 9 before.
4. Now, Lynn?
Yeah, I'm back. But I can see
It's
Yeah,
not looking.
It's just normal. It's just a little thing. Are you there, Aladdin?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Traum's dropped.
Can I try to share my screen?
Yes, of course. Give it a go.
Okay, it will turn to. Dob, are you talking from underwater?
I don't know. It's a few hours ago, and you can fix it.
Okay, Traum's back. She kicked herself out. Well, I can't do anything about that, Traum. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Okay,
Oscar
yeah.
now.
The little
there you
cross
go.
disappeared now. Yes, so Aladdin was right. Absolutely right.
Oh, cheers, Aladdin.
So here, before, let me see.
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah, you cannot see my
We can see
browser.
I can see it.
Okay, but now, can you see my mouse pointer moving around the camera?
No.
No.
I'm not sharing the full screen. I'm just sharing the app window.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to turn it on.
I never do that.
That's right. So Aladdin, you was absolutely right. Now my little cross has disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Well, that's solved. Then obviously you have to do something before it accesses it.
No, it was not a problem actually for me.
Traum has to leave. So Traum, thank you so much for coming. It was lovely talking to you.
Bye,
Well
Traum.
done for getting it working, and we'll see you next time. And don't
Bye,
forget,
Traum.
if you have got a question, I'll send you the link to the page, Traum, on the when it's ready, when it's live. Okay. Bye. Have a nice weekend.
Nice
So
weekend,
has anybody
Traum.
got any other questions? I know this was a bit techie kind of stuff today, but I wanted to, what do you think, Aladdin? Did I miss anything?
No, absolutely. Everything is okay, and
For me,
I might take some screenshots. That's all.
But
Except my mic.
Other options, but it's other problems that's appeared on the sessions, but without having any solution. I think might related, like they said, with internet connection for the person. I'm not sure.
Possibly.
Yeah. It's
I
a
mean,
black hole.
There is a page that you can go to, okay, about system requirements, which you can use. This is the link you can send people to for system requirements.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that they are right, because it's yeah, that's because it's having a large upload. It's not possible for all connection, which mean in half of their said, for example, I think they recommended to have a bandwidth input and output for 2 megabit per second. I didn't have any 2 megabit or 3 megabit per second, and for uploading, which means most of internet service provider they offered that, for example, I'm up to 16 megabit for download, but it's only 1 megabit to upload, and it's work fine on gaming online, which means gaming online, it's not comparing at all with Webinar Jam. So I don't believe them when they said 2 megabit at least for talking or video. It's not.
Yeah, I think they're trying to cover themselves.
It's working. Yes, half of this speed. I think it's half of 1 mega. Which mean
when you're
520 kilobit per second. It's good for gaming, and it's good for uploading videos, streaming on YouTube. It's good.
When you're gaming online, are you doing that just yourself, or are you pulling other people in?
Yes, with other people. Gaming online is with
and
other
talking
people.
at the same time. Yeah. Okay.
Talking.
Because I've never done that, as you can imagine.
And you can imagine that graphic here is much more.
I don't know. I mean, I can only go by what they say. So
okay, what about the sessions that we recorded it? I didn't have in this minimum bandwidth for video call. They offered here. I have much, for example, for inbound. I think it's inbound to attendees, 2 megabit per second. Outbound for presenters, 3.2 megabit. Why is 3.2? What is the...
I don't know. Have you been to the Tuesday webinar sessions, Aladdin? Because I'd love to hear you asking questions.
Yes, I want to go there every time, but I met their sessions because it's always on Tuesday, and sometimes it's having Champions League. I have to watch the football games there, so I can't join to them. Maybe after Champions League, I will go.
Wait, yeah, I was going to say maybe when that's finished. No, I honestly don't know. I mean, I can only go by what they say. And remember that when people are giving these kind of things, they like to up it a bit so that they can then blame you need that. So there's probably some give and leeway in that. I mean, I found that OBS works fine. That's when I'm streaming from Kitely, I found that works fine, but I've tested my upload speed and it's well within the limits kind of thing. So, but if I do start doing other stuff like playing English radio, then that's it. You know, forget it. It's not good at sharing. It's not good at sharing at all. But anyway, I mean, the one bit of news is that Webinar Jam are going to be bringing out a new version. This will still be here. We'll still be using this technology, but they are actually going to try their own, rather than being reliant on Google, they're going to try their own version. So we can play with that and see if that helps people. And the other thing is that the Wednesday session on Google, in the Google community, will probably be running on Google Hangouts in the future. Okay, I'm going to try to go back to Google Hangouts just for that one session because that's what the community was meant to be for. Okay, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm still mulling that one over, but we're getting quite a few people trying to join and they weren't able to join, and so I'm thinking, okay, we might try the Google Hangouts option again for the Wednesday session. But it's all, you know, nothing's permanent. Everything changes. And I'm really glad Oscar managed to get in to speak. Dope, you do sound like you're under the sea, though, I have to say. You need to check your microphone settings or do something with that. I'm not sure what you're using.
I think with you in a few hours.
What did you say?
Yeah, exactly. That was really difficult. Dope.
No, in 2 hours.
Yeah, it's really difficult to understand you, Dope, and it's not your voice, it's the microphone. It's distorting your voice. If you listen to the recording of this session, go to the end of the recording and listen to your voice. That's what we're hearing, so it's very difficult to understand you.
Okay.
Okay, so announcements. Let me think. Obviously, we've got the calendar for the weekend. So there will be an absolute beginner session at 6 o'clock tonight. That's half an hour presentation from me. If you want to join, it's fine, but it's really, really, really slow. Okay. Tomorrow, I think Bubbly's doing storytellers. I haven't got any cancellation there. And we've got English Speaking Club, of course, at 7. And then radio show Tech News, Aladdin. Is that going ahead tomorrow?
Yes.
Hey, good. Have you got the joining link for that?
Yes.
Share it.
I have it on.
Excellent. And of course, on Sunday, it's just English Speaking Club. I say just English Speaking Club. On Sunday, it's English Speaking Club. Yay! Now, next week, I haven't put them in yet, but I believe that Marianne is going to run 3 sessions again next week on Skype. Okay. So we should be able to get you in there. Oh, Dope's back in the room. Dope, do you want to try your mic again?
Is it okay now?
Oh, that's much better. What did you do?
I don't know, just
You clicked refresh.
I just closed the room and opened again.
Okay, yeah, there was something that's much better. I can hear you now. How are you?
I'm alive.
I'm glad. It was like speaking to an alien. Truly, it really was. I was like, what? What? And I hate saying to people, I can't understand you, when it's obviously the microphone, because especially as a learner, you think it's you and it's not. It's the technology sometimes.
It happens.
Okay, so now you know. If we do say, what's going on, Dope? What's up with your voice? Try refreshing. Try refreshing. Okay, so on Monday, we are starting a new book in Kitely. Okay, so Monday morning in Kitely, we're starting a new book, 5 Children and It, which is a great book. I love it. I love it. I love it. So maybe see you there. And as far as I know, everything else will be running next week. There's no bank holidays coming up. Obviously, keep an eye on the calendar in case of emergency dental appointments like I had this week. But
I've got a question
hopefully
about the schedule, Mondays and Wednesdays.
In what way?
Look, I used to attend Natasha's sessions, but I think 2-3 weeks ago they changed the timetable, and now it takes place 1 hour later. I guess that's because Natasha can't attend before, or is there another reason?
Yeah, Oscar, it's the daylight saving time. Because Natasha's in Brazil, it affected her twice. Okay. So yes, at that time of year, it will change and swipsy-swapsy around. But, you know, the presenters, the teachers, they get to choose their time.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. I understand.
So I'm sorry if it's not convenient, but there's not a lot I can do about that.
I attend your session very often because it's more convenient for me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how it works out. I try to spread my sessions from morning to evening. But the other, like Marion and Natasha, they've got a very limited amount of time where they can do this. So they're not as flexible as me. Okay. And I'm not sure what we can do apart from, if you know any other English teachers out there who want to volunteer, send them my way. That's the only way around it. If we get more people, then we can offer more. But we're already offering more than we did in the past. So, you know, yeah, but it doesn't work for everybody. That's one of the reasons I stream my sessions now. But again, Marion and Natasha don't have the bandwidth to get the streaming working yet. So as the internet improves, we should be able to improve with it. Any other questions before I disappear and go and do my absolute beginner session? I've got to slow down for that one. I have to slow down.
Just to say thank you. Thank you, Lynn. And it's been my pleasure as usual. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us, and well done for getting your computer to work, your new computer to work as well. Excellent.
I can tell you that money makes perfect.
Yeah, sadly, it's true.
Not practice, but money.
Yeah, money does make the world go round at the moment. It makes the internet go round. Sorry, Aladdin?
At least you enjoy with anything you have it now with your money.
Yes, of course,
so you can join with us and have a good microphone in it. So
it's beautifully clear. It really is. Absolutely crystal clear.
That's me.
That's absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Well, on that note, then I will love you and leave you. Aladdin, I'll send you the invitation to become presenter in the Friday session, and hopefully that won't mess up our connections in other sessions. I'm a bit worried about April's experiences, that it keeps telling her she's already in the call, and she swears that she's clearing her cache. So I don't know what's going on.
Bye. See you, Aladdin.
Take
Bye.
care,
Bye,
Ben.
Oscar.
Have a
Take
lovely,
care.
have a nice weekend, Oscar.
Nice
Bye.
weekend to you.
Bye. And you have a nice rest of your weekend, Aladdin.
Yep. I have a day.
Still enjoying your extra day, yeah?
Extra day, yes.
Excellent. Love it. And Dope, thanks ever so much for coming along. And we'll speak to you again in the next session. Okay?
Yeah.
Take
Okay,
care.
bye.
Bye. I'll return you to the other room. Okay? Bye.
Bye.
So, Ogu, if you're still with us, I'm returning you as an attendee. Have a look at those links and we'll see if we can get you into the room next time. But thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed listening. Take care. Bye. Bye, Aladdin.
Bye.
Good evening. It's Lynn here from the Learning English Network, and thank goodness it's Friday, TGIF, and it's never a truer word has been spoken this week. Okay, so, oh, Faiz, I'm sorry to hear that. The store will close it. You mean the store will close? Okay, bye. Maybe next time, Faiz. Okay. And Aladdin, don't bolt your lunch. I don't want you getting any, I don't want you getting indigestion. So, Traum, I'm going to invite you into the room. Fingers crossed, as ever. Oh, I thought I had, but I hadn't. Yeah, I've done it now. And, oh, Aladdin, I'll invite you in as soon as Traum's managed to join us. Let me just get my control panel link. Excellent. Okay. Oh, it says the webinar creator has not logged in yet. Well, that's not true. I have. I'm here. That's very interesting. Oh, no, that's because I'm in the wrong room. Help me. Help me. It's Friday and I can't think anymore. Okay, try again. Well, that was interesting. I've never done that before. Okay, control panel. Yes. Let's see if Traum's managed to join us. Okay. So I think Traum is joining us. Dope, don't laugh at me. Now, can I have some 111s if you can hear me? Hello, Oscar. Nice to see you. Excellent notifications, even if you've said I want to register for all the sessions. I think Aladdin's joined us. Hi, Aladdin. Can I hear you? Can you hear me?
Yes. Hello, Lynn.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good
I hope you didn't gobble your lunch. You'll get indigestion and you'll blame me.
I ended it, and I'm drinking my tea now.
Oh, well, that sounds
cup of tea. Yeah.
I've got a cup of tea here. I've got no tea, no water, nothing. I'm very badly prepared. Last night it was very funny because I was very rushed yesterday. I had the dentist appointment. It took much longer than I'd hoped it would. I thought I'd be in and out, quick clean and up, but no, they found a problem. So I got home and I couldn't eat because I'd been to the dentist. You know what it's like. And so just before the session started, I was starving. I thought, I've got to eat something, otherwise I'm going to pass out at my desk. So I grabbed myself some fruit salad. And when the session started, I was typing away. Sorry, can't talk. Oscar was there. He knows. Can't talk. Got a mouthful of fruit salad. It was delicious. Okay. How did you do it, Aladdin? Oscar, let's see. Let's see. I'm going to invite you in now. Okay. Remember, when you first come in, you will be asked to download the app if this is your first time. And you'll need to make sure that the app can access the system. That's down to your firewalls and settings and blah, blah. And then you need to go through the sound test. Don't worry about the video. I don't care. Don't want to see you. I won't be able to see you because I'm screen sharing. Hey, what the heck? So just go through the sound check. All you have to do is say yes, and you should hear your voice come back at you like an echo. Okay, you do that 3 times, and then it will say enter room, and you click on that, and you should.
Lynn, sorry, can you?
Hello, Traum! Yay, you're here. Good.
I'm sorry about you were asking me something, but
I was saying, can you hear me? Can I hear you?
But the system asked me to load something, and I did it, and so you couldn't hear me. And now I'm back.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. If you're on a new computer or PC or laptop, or if you haven't joined the session using that browser, it will ask you to download the app to speak. You don't need the app to listen, but you do need it to speak, and it needs to be accessible by your system. Okay, which is something that Aladdin can talk you through on a Monday. It's all to do with firewalls and stuff like that.
Aladdin is pretty good at those questions.
He's better than me. So Aladdin, thank you. Oscar, thank you. Dope, thank you. Aladdin, I'm going to invite you in, as I promised. Oh, no, Aladdin's hand's not raised. No, it's Dope. Dope, it was you who raised your hand. Or was it? I don't know. Aladdin, did you put your hand back down? No, it was you. Definitely. Okay, Dope, I'm inviting you in. Fingers crossed, as ever. Now, what I thought I'd do just to warm up today, I've been writing some pages for the network, and one of them's a little checklist for these sessions, because it looks like we're going to stick with it. So I've taken some of the Webinar Jam information and I've put it into a session checklist for us. Okay. Now, of course, Murphy's Law says things will go wrong, and that if they can go wrong, they will go wrong. But Traum, I know you've struggled in the past to get in, and now can I hear you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm feeling good.
Hi.
What about you?
Oh, you've got a squoshy little have you got a headset on, or are you using an internal mic?
I'm using some special mic.
A special mic. It's a very squoshy mic. When you listen, if you listen to the replay, you should be able to hear what I hear, which is a bit sort of squishy. Okay, Aladdin's also asked to join us. Hey, it's good today. Everybody's asking to join, so that's cool. I like it. You're on Chrome and waiting for the multimedia test, Oscar. Okay, well, let me get Aladdin in, and then we will try and get you in. I know you've had problems before as well, so this will be interesting. Now, okay, so a couple of things, because this is going to be recorded and people might watch it. They might, you never know. Just a couple of things about using these sessions. Okay, one of the main things is keeping that session link handy. You mentioned, Traum, that you go along and you try to find the link to register in the forum. Okay, now, once you've registered for a session, as long as you don't get any notifications to say we have changed it, the link is always valid. Okay, and so if you just keep the email that you got when you registered for your first session, as long as you remember that the session's on, you can always use that link to join us. You don't have to keep hunting around. That said, if you find you like having notifications to say the session is about to start, you do need to register each week. I've tested it and it doesn't keep sending out the note you are in.
Yeah.
Was there anything you changed? Did you do anything differently, or did it just suddenly work?
No, Lynn. I know exactly what I have made wrongly.
What did you do? Go on, confess.
I didn't use the Chrome because that was was the mistake. I always entered to another browser and I couldn't find the page. I mean, I couldn't find the page, but I wasn't able to talk. I didn't get all the chat room, polls, offers, office and video boxes. But now I use Chrome and then I use, I just use Chrome. Then I go to learn English forum. I go to the groups and then to the webinar, and then I searching for the session that is held on a Friday, this TGIF, and I could enter. I have to register. I have to and then I'm here. That
Excellent.
was my big mistake.
It was the Chrome thing. Now, strictly speaking, you were unlucky because I know there are some people who use Firefox and it works, but it's still using Google products, and Google plays better with Google products. So Chrome being a Google product and this being based on Google products, I think it plays better together. But I'm really glad you got it to work eventually, and well done. If you didn't already have a perseverance badge, I would give you one. Okay, Dope, are you here?